Is this the best mechanical pencil?
Is the best noise in the world.
We're gonna find out today. I have my trusty old GraphGear. We're gonna compare the two. I recently watched the video by Dan Beardshaw. I'm gonna link it in the description and where to find this mechanical pencil. He has a different variant of it. This is the red series, but it still has the engine inside that turns the mechanical pencil. We're gonna find out if it truly is, you know, what they say, the best mechanical pencil in the world. This has been a trusty pencil of mine, but it does have a caveat. It does get flat after a while, so we're gonna check it out. I have my anatomy book here, my female anatomy book. I'm gonna draw a portrait. I'm gonna put a line down the center and we're gonna check it out. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the video.
Watching Otero Studio.
So which one is the better mechanical pencil? Normally I use the GraphGear 1000 Pentel 0.05. I don't know if it's going to be able to focus. It's a lot of reflective on it, so it's going to shine a little bit. But recently, thanks to another YouTuber called Dan Beardshaw, I came into the knowledge of the Kuru Toga Uni Mitsubishi pencil. This one has an engine built into it that keeps the lead spinning, so that it always stays sharp. That's one problem that I find with this, because I am very heavy-handed. One of the sides tends to get really flat, so that when I go to draw another area, it's not a consistent line. According to Dan, this one would spin and stay sharp. So I'm going to test it out today. I'm going to do a line down the center. This is my female anatomy book, so I have figure drawings in here, portraits of females. So I'm going to pull up a blank page, do a light line down the middle, and then draw on both sides with each one. Now, one of the reasons why I need a very consistent line is because I do ink, and sometimes that line has to stay very consistent. So I'm going to draw the figure here. I'm going to go with portrait, just so we can test out the different sides. This is going to be the GraphGear. And this will be the Kuru Toga. Probably saying it incorrectly, but just for the sake of the video, Kuru Toga Mitsubishi Uni pencil. Now, this isn't the same model that Dan uses. I believe he uses the black series. I grabbed the red one. So I'm going to pull it up and we're going to get started. Alright, so this was the GraphGear side. Obviously, I get some really fine details. I'm not going really dark because normally for the really dark areas I'll use a higher level pencil like a 4B or 6B and then blend a little bit and use the eraser to bring out the highlights. So far, I'm a big fan of this. One of the things that I wanted to touch upon is the feel. One thing that I did notice on the Kuru Toga is that it does not have the grip. So that might be a downfall. It could be a good thing. I won't know until I open it up and test it out. So now I'm going to open it up and test it out, see how the lead feels. One of the differences I will notice, because this is all in Japanese, so I can't tell what kind of lead is in here. I'm guessing it's going to be a B or HB, but we'll find out. I normally use an HB or a B in this one, so the differences are going to be negligible, but we're going to open it up right now. Alright, so very simple packaging. It's just one plastic sleeve, and then the backing board with all the Japanese characters on it. And it's got a very smooth feel compared to this. This one, you know, you can feel the weight. This one's very light. But there is the engine inside that turns the lead. It feels quality, I will say that. It's just very light. Might take a little while to get used to. Alright, it does have eraser. Normally I have my mechanical eraser, which is right over here, and I also have my mono eraser. This one's really good for getting those fine areas. So here in the eye, you know, you can make the reflection. If you're noticing you're not getting really deep with it, then you can use your mechanical eraser. It's going to be up to preference. I just don't like the amount of dust I get with this. So this is more for bigger projects. And then my kneaded eraser, I'll usually clean it up with that, soften areas up after I've blended out. So I'm not really going to use this eraser, so it's not really too much of a downfall. But now I'm going to speed up so I can draw the other side of this portrait. Did I notice any differences with these two? Yes, I did. The biggest difference is I think it comes down to the lead. The lead was not as soft as the GraphGear, so I think if I just switched the lead, I shouldn't have that problem. Other than that, I did feel where it was getting sharper without having to turn the pencil, whereas this one I would have to constantly turn the pencil to keep the sharpness of the lead. It's those things that you don't really think about that become a problem when you draw, especially for long periods of time, especially a portrait. Portraits usually take a long time because there's little minute details that you have to go back, redraw, erase, correct, redraw. Am I a fan of this? Yes, I will give my final verdict. So my final verdict on the Kuru Toga 0.05 or 0.5 rather, I like it. My biggest concern is going to be the actual lead. I don't really use a Mitsubishi lead too often. I normally use the Pentel LEDs, so switching the lead is not really a big problem. Normally I rate it, skip it, borrow it, or buy it. I don't like point systems that don't make any sense. But I would definitely, if you're in the market for a mechanical pencil, definitely worth a buy. If you're kind of muddying the waters a bit and you've been using just regular art pencils, I would borrow it and then decide if you want to buy it. So I'm kind of on the fence about it because I've liked these GraphGear so much that I'm not sure that switching from this to this is really a great jump. It seems more like a lateral move, but we'll see with time. I am going to do a couple more videos using it and maybe do a follow-up to let you know if my mind has changed. But thanks Dan Beardshaw for recommending this pencil. It's always nice to try out new equipment and new tools. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and share it with all your art friends or non-art friends. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to keep it over 9,000. Take care.